What is up, everybody? Happy Saturday night, the night before Easter. Hopefully, everybody out there is happy, healthy, and safe. Hopefully, everyone is doing well. I just want to say happy Easter to everybody. And that's about it. How's everyone doing out there? We got some people in the chat already. I see Steve-O from Everything HVAC, or Adrian, Reliable HVAC. Yo, what's up, man? Pat Finley is in the house. Commercial Kitchen Chronicles. Guys, go check out Pat's podcast. He's starting. I think he's got a few under his belt already. Commercial Kitchen Chronicles. You can find him on YouTube, and you can also find him on all the podcasting platforms. Isaiah from Zaya's Heat and Air and Heat is in the house. What's up, Eddie? What's up, bro? Hopefully everyone out there is doing well. It's another Saturday night. I got another guest on, and I'm excited. This dude is cool. I've got to talk to him a little bit here before the show come on, and he seems like a real nice guy. His name is Jacob Krauss, and his channel is Koolin with Krauss. Good dude. Seems like a real nice guy, and I'm going to get to know him. Just like everyone else out in the chat's going to get to know him. I don't know much about him. I've watched a bunch of his videos, and I enjoy him. So I'm going to let some more people pile in here. We got 6 likes already. I like that. HVAC OTJ, good evening, bro. Thanks for stopping by, checking out the channel. Yeah. Adrian from Reliable says Krauss. And that's actually how I met the guy, was through the chat on other live streams. He was watching the HVAC overtime. That I've seen him there, and I've also seen him on the HVACR survival live stream that I do with Rick and Steve on Sundays. Not sure if we're doing it tomorrow, considering tomorrow is Easter, but we're still talking about that. I haven't heard from the guys, so I'm not quite sure. T-Lec is in the house, another good channel that I enjoy. He does all the vacuum stuff with the digital gauges and everything there. Good channel. Go check out T-Lex. So I'm going to show you guys a little video I put together. I went to Krauss's channel, Koolin with Krauss. If you guys are wondering, it's Koolin with Krauss on YouTube. He's also on Instagram, but I put together a little video, kind of an intro for him to come on. So I'm going to go ahead and play that now. Bear with me as I hit buttons and switch things around. Hopefully the volume isn't too loud. Like I said, I'm kind of new to the live stream thing, but who cares, you know? It's just you guys and us. So I'm going to go ahead and click a couple of buttons and check out this little video. It's about 2 minutes long. This is just a little taste of what you're going to see if you head over to Koolin with Krauss on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. It's service calls, it's tool reviews, it's tool bag reviews. It's a mix of everything, and I kind of like that. It's a different take on it. It's not just all service calls. So here's just a little taste. And I'll see you on the other side with Mr. Jacob Krauss coming back at you.
What's going on, y'all? All right, we're back. Got a no-heat call. Gonna take a look at it. About to pull up, as a matter of fact. And we'll see what we got going on. First things first. No caps on the valve. Oh, hey, we found some caps, boys. Go find out. What's going on, y'all? Back at you. Let's kind of go on the outside first, I guess. But it's all outside because it's open top. You know? They had 3 rows of pockets, ones that go right across the back, and then the mouth goes shears. You just put these on an impact. It's impact ready, and you just freaking rip it, man. What are you doing, right? You ain't using Midwest, you ain't using the best. As you see, I got the truck outfitted with pack out. I'm gonna do a review on that. It's my Tech MC, my Tech LC. Again, I'll do a whole loadout on that. Smash that like button, please subscribe, leave some comments. Let me know what you guys do, what ideas I can do. But yeah, let's get started. across the same. And I also moved it up so I could see what it was. So it's a 40 size. 7.5. Once you get the closure valves again, the opposite way is what you would think. So, we don't have freighters on them. I just load the gas straight out. There, brother. Button it up. There you go. Install that. Take out the invoice. And then on to the next call. Just a little quick one. Catch you guys on the next one. Oh God, can you hear me? The host has unmuted your mic. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I'm in the show, but I can't hear.
I did not unmute my mic.
Nice. Dude, that was sweet, dude. I appreciate that, man.
No problem, man. How you doing, brother?
Doing great, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I just have to address a little bit of the chat here. William Pagan says, "What's up?" A lot of people are saying, "Hey" to you.
What's up?
Alaska says, "This man looks like he could spit a dip into a can 20 yards away."
He always has some funny stuff in
He
the
does.
chat, boy. He does.
He does. So awesome, man. Well, thank you for joining me on the live stream tonight. I just have some questions lined up for you. Maybe get to know Koolin with Krauss. So obviously, your name's Jacob.
Yes, sir.
You got a middle name?
You know, some people do, some don't. Mine's Matthew.
Yep.
Yep.
What's your social security number and
You
address?
can pass that out. You can start with that one.
Well, anyway, man, I had a little bit of time to talk with you before we came on, and you seem like a cool dude, like the kind of guy that, you know, any of us could just hang out with. And
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
so first off, how old are you?
I'm 31.
Where are you located?
Claremont, Florida right now.
Claremont, Florida. So is that mid?
So it's Central Florida. It's about 25 miles west of Orlando.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We used to go to Florida when I was a kid.
Right on.
We went to Orlando a few times, went to those alligator farms, you know, and sat on the stuffed alligator, man. I love Florida. I got good, fond memories. Were you born and raised in Florida?
No, sir. Born and raised in Maryland. Just made the move here about 2 years ago. Yeah.
Right on.
Had to make a change, you know what I mean? Think it's for the better right now, and we're enjoying every bit of it.
Okay. You said are you married?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Married, 3 kids.
3 kids.
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. I'm also married with kids.
Right on. It's the way to do it.
Yeah. You know, I love my family, but you remember the show? You remember the show Married with Children?
Yes, sir.
You know, it was hilarious when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, I kind of knew what Al Bundy was
He's
talking
going
about. Going through it.
I was like, damn it. Yeah. He had it going on, didn't he?
Oh boy. All right. So you're in Florida, married with kids. How long have you been in the trade?
So I'd venture to say I'm 3rd generation tech. So my grandfather had a business that was plumbing and heating back in the day. Ventured into AC. My dad took over, and then when my grandfather passed, it closed down. And then I got in around 2011 when I was having my first child. My dad was like, "Boy, you need a career," and I was like, "All right, Dad, you're right." And I've been in from 2011 till now, but not exclusively HVAC.
Yeah,
dabbled all over the place.
That's cool. A lot of people, and I found this over the years, have. Excuse me. The Miller Lights, I've been drinking a few. They are 2nd and 3rd generation in the trade. A lot of people that are doing YouTube are. I know Adam from the HVAC crew. His dad was in it, and a lot of people. My dad was just general. He was a steel worker, but he owned a lot of rental properties. He never did HVAC exclusively. But I grew up helping with
Absolutely.
projects and things like that. So
Cool.
that's awesome. Did you go to a trade school or anything like that, or did you just learn?
Yeah, no negative, no trade school. Now, like I said, so I started with my dad. He got me into it. I wish I would have paid a whole lot more attention when I started. I was young and I was
Yeah,
just getting a paycheck. That's all I was worried about.
sure.
I could have really benefited from paying attention, but
It,
no trade school.
no, and you know what? I went to trade school, and even I've been in the trade over 20 years, and
Yeah.
I look back now and I'm thinking, I see all these other guys on YouTube. Everybody's so smart. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I feel like a big dummy half the
That's not
time. I'm like, oh
yeah,
man.
I'm like, damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I missed out and should have learned more. But you know what they say?
Mhm.
A lot of, don't ever underestimate what you actually know. And, I might not be the most technical tech, but I can get the job done. So
For sure. Yes,
I'm going to
sir.
start crossing out a few things here. If anybody hears my furnace going off in the background, it was a funny story because the last live stream I did was much colder when I did it. And I was like, I don't want that furnace kicking on. It literally is right behind me. So I shut off the switch, right? I did the live stream and then I never turned it back on. I
Oh
forgot.
boy.
So the next morning, my wife is like, I didn't even sleep all last night. I was freezing the whole night. And I actually like it cold,
Absolutely.
but whatever. All right. So how long you been in the trade? How did you get started? Trade school. Are you a owner or do you work for?
And that's my game plan,
Yeah.
to kinda get into it. Like I said, so, like, when my dad having the business, like, he closed the doors down. When we moved down here, I found it's, like, a whole different world of, like, being a contractor. Like, you don't really necessarily need a license to where like, in Maryland, you gotta have a master's license to
Yes.
you know what I mean? So it's like,
Uh-huh.
these people know their shit, and then somebody can come here and just take a test and get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, no, I'm just a technician at a company local here, small little family-owned shop, and, I enjoy it.
That's awesome. I'm assuming it's not a union shop. It's
Like, no. Yeah,
okay.
there's not I mean, I've heard of unions down here, but everybody's like, "Nah, it's not really like a hot commodity down here."
Yeah. Up here it's 50-50. I'd say as many union shops as there are non-union
That's
shops.
wild, yeah.
And you're doing mostly residential or
Yeah.
commercial or
Yeah,
what?
mostly resi. Yeah, that's
Yep.
mostly what I deal with. Dabble with a little bit light commercial, nothing crazy. I'm not.
That's all I do is like
Yeah,
commercial.
I see these boys with them chillers and stuff. I'm like, yeah, 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 I could do that. Nah, no, I'm cool.
Yeah. Some of these guys I watch, I don't know. I'm comfortable where I'm at. I do mostly rooftop package units.
For sure.
And
Yeah,
I
same.
I love them. They're easy.
Yeah.
Everybody out there's wanting to push themselves and I'm like,
Now,
I don't know.
yeah, I'd like to obviously well verse myself in those things.
Sure.
The company I'm at, I don't have we have like a little bit of opportunity doing it, but and if I had the chance, like I've worked on like an ice machine and stuff like that, but I've never
Yeah.
gotten fully involved with it, which, being well rounded would be pretty ideal, right?
Well, absolutely. But like Rick and Steve, the guys I do the show with on Sundays,
Yeah.
I see some of their posts.
Oh boy, yeah.
I'm
I'm like,
thinking, oh my God.
forget about it. Yeah.
I'd be a nervous wreck.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be like,
I
it's
watch
some
myself too, dude. I'm lost.
very high pressure situations these guys find themselves in.
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just not cool under pressure. And in fact, Steve is in the chat. I see a laughy face.
What up, Steve?
Yep. Mike Beast is here in VA. That's Virginia, right?
Yeah. Yep.
You need a master's to pull a permit, but that's the only one you need.
Huh.
But that's all you need for one. So interesting.
Yes,
So being that you're in Florida,
Mhm.
I mean, what do you do for fun, hobbies, things of that nature?
Well, I try to do as much stuff with the kids, obviously, as possible. It's basically like it's just us here. Like we don't have family,
Uh-huh.
so we do about everything together. So we get out and about. Like I said earlier when we were speaking, we had just got back from the rodeo, and that's something we never did until we came down here. We'll go to the beach. We'll go to like Universal Studios,
Nice.
SeaWorld. We do all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? It's
awesome.
It's jam packed. Every like holiday, they go above and beyond. Like the towns we live in,
Yeah.
after egg drop last
Oh,
weekend.
that's cool.
Yeah, so we do stuff like that.
Did it feel like you were on vacation when you moved there?
At first, yeah, there was like
Yeah.
that honeymoon phase where you're like, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, palm trees, cool, you know, and then it just becomes the norm, and you kind of just are like, all right, you know, work's work, and you still find the spots that you like here that you come to like be your vacation spots. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So yeah.
Are you close to the beach, or are you inland? I'm not
Well,
sure. I'm not.
So we're like if you looked at the map, we're like dead center. But if we had to pick a beach that was the closest, it's about an hour and 10 minutes away.
Okay.
Well, it's not far. It's like very obtainable. And the beach that we generally go to is about 2 hours away.
Yeah.
And as much as we drive, yeah.
Now I watch all sorts of YouTube. I don't just watch HVAC stuff. I mean,
Right.
Christ, I do it every day.
Nerd.
I do my own videos, and not everything. I watch some guys from Florida. They're called the Juke Squad. Have you ever checked out the Juke Squad? Oh, you should check them out. JOOG Squad. They are like prankster people, and they live in Florida.
Yes,
they're like blonde haired.
Yes, I did
them. Yeah, they're fun. They go to golf courses and sound off air horns, and the golfers get all mad.
They took a pool on the beach.
Yeah, they did. They put the pool on the beach and all sorts of things. Pretty good stuff. And they're actually fighting for like, I don't know if they're, whatever their political views are, but apparently there's some issues with water and, polluting the water down there. And they're fighting for that. But they're surfer dudes and stuff like that. So, So Ocean Beach alligator. You ever run into any of those?
So just not like, while I'm working or anything like that, but like obviously like there's little spots that like there's like a little, what do they go, like roadside attractions that we get to that's like right down the street, and they got a couple little ones like a pond, one's a little lake, and they got like baby gators in there, but all of them are connected, and you can see out in the big one there's like a mama gator, and that's like the extent of it. And we've gone to Gatorland and stuff like that.
None in the wild though.
Well, we drove by Publix once and there was one there.
Well, there,
you know what I mean? Yeah, we were going to get some donuts and we're like, but like not where it was like, oh shit, you know what I mean?
Sure. So as far as transitioning then from fun and alligators and just the natural landscape of Florida, you're working residential. Are there basements in Florida? Are you working?
I've never came across the basement. Now where I live, it's called like the hilly part of Florida. There's actually, there's some, they have a road called Sugarloaf Mountain. It's not really a mountain, but it's elevated. Like 89 feet above sea level or something. It's probably more than that, but no basement, man. No.
All right. So it's mostly attics or main floor equipment or crawl spaces?
No, I haven't ran into a crawl space, but obviously we have mobile homes with package units, so we have those, and then most are either in the garage, in a hallway, or the attic. So
all right. We see a lot of the main floor stuff in apartments here, but generally in Pennsylvania where I'm at, we've got basements or attics. I wouldn't want to be getting into a crawl space in Florida.
Negative. Nah, dude, I had some discussions with my boss about that. I'm like, you're not getting under that house. I've gotten under it, like with the help the dudes do some install work, like run some duct, but I was bitching and I felt terrible. The dude's probably like, yo, get over yourself.
Well, my first HVAC company I ever worked for was a fuel oil delivery company. We also we did fuel oil furnaces and boilers and stuff like that. I was fresh out of trade school, and I got a job with them. And I was crawling underneath the trailer when I pulled the skirting off. There's spider webs everywhere. I felt like Indiana Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the guy said to me, be careful under there. There's brown recluse. And I was like, what is that? And he pulled his pant leg up and was like, I got bit. And I saw the most rotten, nasty, like just shin. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, I'm not big on. That's why I like the commercial stuff. The most I run into is geese, as Laska said. I had a face off with a goose once that I ran up on some goose eggs, and they weren't
Dang,
happy.
that's
And in
hilarious.
fact, I've got some footage that I haven't made a video out of. I ran into geese again, but I was like, I can't be the guy that's fighting geese every video
Man,
on the roof.
that's
So, any other wildlife or animals or bugs that you've run into?
so golly, I'd say a couple months ago we were out. We were actually doing a commercial job. It was a 20-ton system that we were doing, and we went outside and we were opening up the old system, and there was a pygmy rattler inside of it. I was inside, but the dude I was working with was like, "Yo, Jake, come check this out." Like we came down there and it was like hissing. He's like, "Well, we gotta save it." I'm like, I had an old yogurt tub and like I scooped it up inside there and capped it, and you could just hear it like doing its thing. Other than that, dude, no. I mean, I think hornets. We all have that, right?
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
we got black racers a lot of the time, lizards and frogs. They get inside the condensers a lot.
Yeah.
But possums and armadillos. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
you could do a HVAC slash like a vermin type thing.
That's I'm good. They try to get me to go under a house and get a dead possum. I'm like, no. I mean, some people will do it. I'm sure. You know what I mean. I've had to work near dead like groundhogs when I lived in Maryland, but I don't know. I'm just I'm like, I don't know what else is under here with the snakes and stuff. No.
So back in Maryland, you were in a more cold weather climate,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yep.
so you've got a good grasp on the heating.
Yeah, we a lot of gas furnaces, dabbled with boilers.
Yeah.
Did like installed boilers, the company I worked at. So
So
yeah.
you are mostly air conditioning now, right? I mean, in Florida,
Yeah, heat pumps. I mean, you'd be surprised. There is a lot of gas, and like when stuff comes up in terms of like gas here, like I kind of am the one that goes to it. We have people that know what they're doing with it, obviously, but there's one instance that about 2 weeks ago, they were doing a 90%. We had a 90% here, but the only reason we installed it is the guy couldn't get anything else or whatever, where our guys didn't hook up to the secondary drain. You know what I mean? Or for the secondary heat exchanger. So his whole plenum just got soaked and rotted out, and so they had to pull it out and redo it and then hook the drain up.
yeah.
But that's just not knowing. You know what I mean? Familiarity with it.
Sure, you're probably the go-to guy, huh? Get that northerner
You know?
down here to look at the gas furnace.
Yeah, the guy was like, when you call, just make sure you ask for Jacob. I was like, all right. You know what I mean? I'm starting to forget that stuff though, which is, I'm familiarized myself enough, but yeah.
So I see you're a fan of the pit vipers,
For sure, bro.
the sunglasses. Was that a Florida thing you picked up, or have you been rocking pit
No.
vipers?
No, I've wanted them for a while. My wife got them for me when we moved here, though.
Yeah.
The Sunshine State, man.
Sure.
I love the pitties. Let's spark up some type of sponsorship. That'd be dope.
You probably could. We had a guy that was working for us. He rocked the pit vipers too. Me personally, I'm 43 years old.
Come on, man.
I can't rock pit vipers.
You can do it. Macho Man could do it. You could do it.
So you're in Florida. We've established that you've, run into snakes and stuff. I see that you were at the symposium, Brian Orr's symposium.
Yes, sir.
How close is he to you?
Next door.
Really? He's right there.
Oh, what happened?
No, we can hear you.
All right. I don't. Okay. So, literally, like right across the street from where I live. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that? You got to meet a bunch of.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, so I'm pretty new to being like a service technician and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
About a year and a half in, and before I was just an installer. So like, I would just want to become very knowledgeable and stuff like that. And some of the stuff I went to and listened to over there, I was just like, you know what I mean? And because there's some heavy hitters there talking some stuff, but it was fire. I really liked it. Enjoyed it. My wife surprised me with it.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah.
It's a good wife. My wife could care less about what I do.
Like she knew I wanted to go. I was like, man, I really wish I could go. And She actually called like the day before it started, and they were like out of tickets. They said, I don't know,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Well, hey, I'm going to open the site up for like 5 minutes. Hurry up, sign up, get the tickets, and
Oh,
so we can
that's
close it." Yeah,
awesome, man.
yeah.
Did you ever think about maybe dropping off a resume over there at Kalos?
So it's funny you say that. I did. I haven't gotten a call back. I didn't drop it off. They don't. I applied online. They didn't
Mhm.
have anything like on Indeed, but then I got a call back from them for like a commercial refrigeration. I was like, yeah, I don't think you want me for. That's not what I applied for.
Yeah.
Um, and then I just never got back in touch. But I think in one of my videos, Joe Shear said something like, "Dude, did you ever go talk to Brian?" Just
Yeah.
I told my wife, I was like, I might, I
You
should just walk over there and see what happens.
just walk over. That's
You know what I
awesome.
mean? That's literally, yeah. I was like, it would be good because because we just have one vehicle. I got the work truck, and she takes the kids to school in the morning. I was like, I can just walk to work if I need to or whatever. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you know Jessica Egan?
Negative.
Okay. She works for Brian
Okay.
in Kalos, and she is prominent in the chats and stuff on all the live streams. And I actually got to meet her at she's been on the HVAC Overtime show.
Okay.
She's her and her husband are both in the HVAC field, and they're both down there in Florida. They're probably close to you because they work she works for Kalos. And
Oh, right. Yeah.
yeah, Jessica's a cool girl doing it over there at Kalos, and I got to meet her when I went out to Vegas
Oh,
for
yeah.
AHR and all that stuff. I was in the same boat you were with the symposium. They let me in to the
Right. Like,
HVAC
I can't.
tactical awards. Like
Yeah.
they're like, all right, I guess
Yeah.
you can come in here.
Yeah. Right.
All right, so we've covered a lot of things here. I'm crossing stuff off my list. I like to get some things written down. Otherwise, I'm just rambling. YouTube, your
Yeah.
channel
Mhm.
it's a mix of service calls, tool reviews, tool bag reviews, and I think that's a good mix of things to talk about because that's something that everybody that's in this field is interested in. They like tools.
Yeah.
Can you expand on your YouTube experience? How long have you been on it and things of that nature? Why'd you start?
All right. I guess like 4 months. It was I always say, like I said, the first of the year I started, it was like December 20. It was like the end of the year last year. So I'll just say the first. I watch videos, like I watch Vito bag loadouts, what new tools people are getting and stuff like that. And I'm like, I could do this shit. I got all the same stuff they do. Let me just do something, see what happens, and see what it generates out of. And like I see all these other HVAC guys, I'm like, I literally watch people do what I do. Why don't I just do it? So that's
Yeah.
what I ended up doing. I was like, screw it, we'll just go for it. I just grab my phone, record whatever I'm doing, and I figure if I can show some of the stuff I have, hey, let's make it happen. You know what I mean?
And don't let Jacob, Mr. Koolin with Krauss, sell you short. His tools and his tool supply is substantial. I've gone through his videos since I asked him to come on and I first subscribed to his channel. This guy's got a lot of tools
I
and
appreciate
a lot of clean tools that,
Yeah.
I mean, you clearly take pride in what you have.
Yes, sir.
Is the company buying you these tools or are you spending your own money on these tools?
Hell no. I mean, no. I buy my own tools now. There's a couple I have used the tool account. You know what I mean? They give you the
Yeah.
allowance, but like all my tools are my tools. I pay
Yeah.
for all my stuff. I mean, growing up, I had 7 brothers and sisters, so we didn't all get what we wanted. We had what we needed, and we'd get a little bit here and there. So when I was able to provide for myself and buy some nice stuff, I was like, I was gonna do that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And you've got a substantial pile of tools. I mean, all of us have the tools we need.
Sure.
You've got a lot.
Yeah, it's probably excessive. It's definitely overkill. My wife always says, like, do you really need this? I'm like, it's different from that tool. You know, like there's a different variation to it. Like, of course I need it. I'm like, it's gonna make me more money and more efficient, babe. Like, don't you want me home earlier? You know what I mean?
And let me tell you, if we can get Koolin with Krauss up to 1,000 subscribers, which is what I'd really like for him, because he deserves it. And he's only been doing this a year. I think he's at about 640 some, pushing 700 subscribers. If you guys are watching this live stream right now, head on over to Koolin with Krauss. Of course, after this live stream's over, hit that subscribe button. Show him some love. Let's get him to 1,000 subscribers, because once he gets monetized, every tool he buys, he can write off.
Hell yeah.
You know, if you're making even a little bit of money, it can offset what you do make on YouTube. And it's not a lot.
Yeah.
But, you know, let's get you there. I'd love to help you get there, because, you know, I don't make a whole lot of money on YouTube. It's very little. It basically buys the beer I drink on the live streams.
No more.
So you've been on YouTube just since the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And you've already up to 640. I
Yeah.
can't imagine that you won't be by this time next year, you know, fully monetized and doing your thing. So very good luck to you. I see you're also on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm new to Instagram. I kind of used Instagram to kind of promote my videos, but I like it. It's fun making the videos and stuff. What do you think? Hey, Commercial Kitchen Chronicles. Thank you very much. Pat Finley. I appreciate that, buddy. I don't have a fancy bell or anything to ring.
Ring
I
it.
wish I did. I'll shake my zin. There we go. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate that. Instagram, what do you think of it? It's a whole different platform in itself. They're like two separate worlds.
I don't obviously, I just post a couple pictures here and there, and I try to. I might do I don't get crazy into it. Just like what you do, my edits aren't fire or crazy, anything like that. I just do it, and like you said, kind of just to promote your videos and stuff like that. But if you can kind of expand yourself and kind of brand yourself, right? That's the way to do it there as well. So if you can get across different platforms, like you had the past two guys, obviously they're successful in there, and it's taken off for them.
Oh yeah.
So
I've had a few little Instagram semi-celebrity HVAC celebrities. Jeff J. Dem was on, and Flintstone. I mean, these guys are taking off. I mean,
yeah, they're pumping it out. You know what I mean? I'm like, I got I think 100 something followers on Instagram, but whatever.
I'm at 400, and I'm like, wow, I'm getting up there.
I keep control of it all.
I want to have Bendrick on. You know Bendrick? He was HVAC Cookie Monster, but now he's changed his name to Upkept Mafia.
Nah,
cool, dude. I met him. He's off the chain. I want to have him on. He hasn't gotten back to me though. So Bendrick, I'm sure you're not watching. I'm sure you're not watching because you're over there on Instagram. But
right.
Get back to me, man, please. Yeah. All right, Instagram and YouTube. Yes, tools, sir. Substantial tool collection. I see you're a big fan of the pack-outs.
Yeah.
The Milwaukee pack-outs. Now, those aren't cheap.
Nah, they're not.
But they're definitely quality.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're second to none. I mean,
so
I had dabbled with the tough system before, but just having all the other variations, it's unbeatable.
Well, I went into Home Depot and I was looking at pack-out, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go with these little husky things that connect together. And they're two different worlds, really. Yeah. I just needed something to hold copper fittings together.
For sure. Yeah.
But these things you've got in your tool review or your van tour video.
Yeah.
Which, guys, check out his van tour. I've never seen a cleaner van floor.
You should see it now. It's even better.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
He opens up his sliding door to the van, and he's like, I got to rock the pack out, and it's just an interwoven amount of cases and drawers and even that open top toolbox tool. I don't know, you call it a bag. The tote, it clips right on the top, the whole thing, and you actually anchored all that right to the floor, correct?
Yep. They got the mounting plate, just put in some 3-inch 5/16 screws right through it, and I asked the boss man, and it was because it was a brand new truck. I was like, bro, is it cool if I go through this? He was like, it's your truck, go for it. And he loves the way I have it set up because he's like, dude, your truck's so clean.
Yeah.
I'll scrub my floor. You know what I mean? I'll spray it down if I have to. If it's dirty, scrub it out and brush out the nasties.
Yeah.
get into a clean truck, man, you feel good working out of it. You know, I had like, you know, I leave my doors open if I'm at a customer's house and they'll be like, oh my God, your truck's so clean.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, you know,
That's awesome.
yeah.
That's awesome. So if you had, say you couldn't do HVAC or you never got into
Mhm.
HVAC, what would you do for money? What would be your other job? It's kind
That's
of a weird question.
yeah, no, yeah, that's hard to. I mean, not hard to answer, right? You know, I'd be a billionaire. How about that? I'd be Elon Musk or something or whatever. I'd like being crafty. Like I think
Yeah,
I'd be some type of way of like a builder of some sort or something like that. Like
sure.
um, I don't know, that's like a cop out. But if you know, if I had whatever, it'd be some type of way to do real estate and investment. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That'd
Sure.
be cool, like flipping houses or something. I like to
Yeah.
build things and stuff like that.
All right. So something not too far off from what you're doing
No,
now.
yeah, I like working with my hands. I like
Yep.
getting dirty, you know, busting up my knuckles and things like that, and having something to show for it, you know.
Do you do much install work? Or are you just doing service calls? Is it a mix
Um,
of both?
so I've yes and no. I mean, it's so like I said, we're in a small company, and we just have one install team. One of the guys from the team left, and so it was just our lead, and we would rotate between me and one other technician, and we would go help. So this year, I did quite a bit of installs, and it was kind of a learning curve when I first moved to Florida because I just used to use turbo torch, and
Uh-huh.
down here it's oxyacetylene. I was like, oh shit. So
Yeah.
first I used that burn right through the service valve. I was like, oh my god, what did I do? You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah.
I had no clue. But yeah, I mean, I just do the condensers strictly because it's all ductboard, Pookie. Down here, you got to build platforms with 3/4 inch plywood, paint the whole thing. It's a lot more work. Like when I did installs in Maryland, I loved it. Like we'd be done by like 12 o'clock or something like that. And
Yeah.
I do the furnace because I do the metal because I was good with it. I was quick. I was fast. And so this year it's been a mix of both, but now it's kind of getting pushed to just service.
Sure. And, you mentioned the torch switchover. When I worked for my non-union residential company, we used just the B tank.
Yeah.
We'd
Yep.
fire it up. The whole time you'd have to, you couldn't hear when you're done. And then I got into the oxyacetylene when I got to my new company, and I love it. But you got to be careful. You could burn
Yeah.
a hole right through anything. You could,
Absolutely. Once you figure out how to feather it, it's
yep.
golden. And I'm like, forget
Yeah.
about it. I'll never go back.
In fact, I just did a TXV on a Charleston reach-in freezer on Friday, and it was nice. I put the wet rag product from
Right.
Refrigeration Technologies on there. I was able to hone that. I honed that flame right in. I
Yep.
literally had it on there for 10 seconds.
Yep.
Done. Cooled it right off. No damage done. So there's a
Yep.
lot to be said for the oxyacetylene, but it takes
Yeah.
some, you got to get experienced with it and learn how to,
Yep.
we've got these kids going through their apprenticeship at the union, and they're learning how to use the torches, and they're like, "You're doing that wrong." And I was like, "Listen, shut up.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing.
That's
Just get it looking like this and
it.
get it in there, and
That's
you're
it.
good to go." But
Forget about it.
yeah, everything HVACR. Steve says he needs that Flintstone hot block. Have you heard of that promotion from Flintstone? And
I saw that that you because when he was on there last week with the little his what
his like logo and his
yeah,
face on
logo,
the.
that's a good word. Thank you.
Yep.
And it has it on there. You send that in with a picture, da da da. But
Yep.
we don't like the supply houses we go to don't really carry a lot of solder weld stuff or anything. I know he said, hey, just to let them know you want it. Da da. I got some that I have on my truck that I picked up, and I haven't needed to get any more. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's the bad thing. That stuff lasts a decent. I still got mine from last year. It's all burnt and dirty looking, but it
add
still
some
works.
water, rehydrate it, you're good to go.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. I just have to real quick. Laska in the chat, his comment was it was blocked, but I had to unblock it. I don't really see why it was blocked. He said he can braze a gnat's ass shut with an oxyacetylene torch with a turbo torch that the gnat's ass would be toast.
Yeah.
Alaska is off the chain. I love this dude.
Off the wall shit. It's hilarious. Some of them are smart as hell. I'm like, what? I don't know how to put that together. It just seemed smarter than what I can put together.
Yep. Steve says they got some solder weld stuff, but it's limited. And I asked our supply house that I'm not going to bring up, and they couldn't get it. They could only get the other guys, which was fine because I mean they're both good products. They both do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make them order a case of this stuff just so maybe I can win there.
That's what it is, man. You know what I mean? Be like, hey, send them out to me. We'll work on. We'll promote it and see how it does.
Yeah. What supply houses do you use in Florida?
So yeah, I mean, they have them all down here. They have like Ari Michaels, Ferg. They're here because that's what I'm used to up north. But we use like where we get a lot of our parts like and stuff is Goodman. We get trucks from Goodman. We'll go to Carrier, obviously. The company I work for is like a train comfort specialist, so we go to Train a lot. But we have who is it? There's a company called Blacks. Never heard. They were new to me down here, and
I never heard.
Tropical Supply, which I would have ventured is here. But that's it, really, man.
Yeah, I like United. I go to United a lot. We have RSCs, which is the carrier supplier.
Okay. Yeah.
I go to Train Cleveland. Goodman. Ferguson. I'm not a big fan of Ferguson, to be honest with you. And you know what? I don't care. Anybody out there doesn't like Ferguson. I go in there. They give me attitude all the damn time.
Get out of here.
Like, give me my crap. Let me get on my way here.
Yeah. If you came down here, man, and you went to Tropical Supply, those people, like, they're fired. Like, like, everybody was there ready to help you walk in. They're like, hey, how can I help you? You know what I mean? Yeah. And great personalities, so I enjoy there.
Well, we are looking at some point in time making a trip. I got 2 kids. Hopefully they're not watching, but we're making a plan to go down to Florida here within a few years.
Make it happen.
1 second, guys. What's up? Okay, I'll be up. We've got a major catastrophe going on over here at my house. It's okay. It's all right. So out of all the tools you have, Jacob. Is it Jake? Do you like Jake?
Yeah, that's what people that know me. Yeah.
Out of all the tools you have, this is gonna be another hard one,
dude. Yeah,
what's your favorite?
Man, so if I took out like my pack out drawer system that has all my shit that's in the truck, right? That'd be good.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't. To be honest, man, I can't answer that. I don't have anything that's like high priority. That's like, oh my God, I need to have it. I would just take my pack outs just because it has everything in it. Right?
And that's an acceptable answer.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's kind of in an umbrella, so I'm kind of cheating it a little bit because it's got a lot of my M12, my batteries, my tools are attached to it.
Sure.
I mean, so I can slide that out.
Do you have any special locking systems on your van?
No, just the key fob, man.
Oh boy. There's a lot of money tied up in the pack out and all the tools that are in it.
Yeah, dude. No, that's only like I'd be honest to tell you, that's probably like a third of what I have.
Yeah.
I keep most of it in the house. I took out all my big stuff and like the things I used to use when we were doing like boilers where we needed the sawzall and a bandsaw. I took all that stuff out. It's in the house. And that's just a small portion of what I have now in the truck there. So you ain't lying though. It's expensive.
It is expensive. So guys, if you want to see Jacob Krauss, go to Koolin with Krauss on YouTube. You're going to be able to see. He's going to give you a full tour of his van. And let me tell you, it's a good watch. The guy's got a clean setup. He's a HVAC tech from Florida. He's doing it. Go over to his channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That'll notify anytime he's got a new video coming out.
Please.
Leave him a comment, hit like.
Even if you hate me.
Yeah. But I got to see here. I got some things going on in the background here. I'm trying to do 2 for 1. Time are we at here? 9:44. We got about 10, 15 more minutes before we hit an hour. Anything you want to tell us go ahead. This is your open time to promote your channel. Tell us anything you'd like to that you think we should know.
Shit, dude. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I got nothing.
Now, you told me you were a talker.
Dude, yeah, if I could go on, right? So, like I said, I'm third generation tech. If I could tell people, like most of the people that are probably in the chat or like that, I would say follow or watch, they're already, I would say, like veterans in the trade and know things, right? But what I would say is like take everything that you do, or if you have an opportunity, invest in it as best you can. So that's like something with me. Like when the tool thing comes up, when I was working at the company in Maryland, I needed like a hammer drill. I didn't have a hammer drill. I just had an impact my dad bought me. It was a DeWalt one at the time because I didn't know any better, right? Milwaukee. And I was like, dude, we needed to run a line set through some ceramic tile. And I didn't have anything. He's like, dude, just drill some holes, bust it through. And it ended up being like I said, I could go on. I can take a story and make it long. So I'm going to make it long for you. It was a system. It had like an 1.1 line set. It was literally 150 foot long. We were installing it. We didn't know as installers what it needed to be. So the head dude came out. I was like, nah, we can't go anything above 7/8 for this thing. And it can't be more than 75 feet. So we had to drill through this massive house down to the basement and out the side wall. And he was like, dude, why the hell ain't you got a hammer drill? He's like, you do this work, you're gonna use this shit every day. I'm like, man, I don't need this shit. Like, I don't need your lip. And it was this big dude, Charlie, man. His dad was a boxer. He was a big ass dude. And he was like, yo, invest in yourself. If you're gonna do anything, invest in yourself. I was pissed off. Like, I worked till midnight that night. And he told me that. I'm like, man, this is some bullshit. I'm gonna quit. I'm turning in my truck. But I really sat down there and I thought about it. And from there, I would just literally, I would like go into Home Depot every day or Lowe's and just buy like one tool, not every day, but buy one tool, quality tool that was worth investing into, because I just had a bunch of hand-me-down tools and things like that. And that's kind of where my tool addiction came from. But I've invested in myself to invest into this trade because it's going to take care of me and my family. And what I really want to do is like, how can I put it? Like show that, like, obviously, like they push school on kids and everything like that nowadays. I think that's all bullshit, really, because you can make a good living doing this. And there's guys that, I mean, other positions in our industry where they do sales and stuff like that, which I'd like to evolve into. I mean, they make a shit ton of money, man. You know what I mean? And that's something, if I had started earlier, invested in myself, took the time, because my dad's a genius. He was so when I said he had his own business, he's a master plumber, a master electrician, master pipe fitter, master HVAC. He had all that shit. And if I really sat down and took the time to pay attention to what he did, then I'd probably be a lot further than where I am right now. But I am where I am. I'm happy with it. You know, I like to, be able, I'm giving things to my kids that I never had growing up, which is pretty badass.
Hell yeah.
You know, each year I do a little bit better for myself and the family. So that's what I would like to say there. You know
That's
what I mean?
awesome.
There's like I said, I could keep going about like things like I listen to all these other podcasts and stuff. I listen to Gil on Uncensored,
Yep.
Gil, Maryland guy, and I talk to him, through text messages now, and because I like to kind of pick his brain. I don't get too heavy because I don't want to be like a dweeb, like, hey buddy, can I ask you? You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I like to ask guys because you guys are more invested in it straight in terms of time, but time isn't everything here, right? It's not necessarily about what's the word, experience, it's about what you know, right? So I like to venture to say, do you want me to just keep going? Because I can ramble.
No, I'm just listening, man. I'm soaking it up.
Like I said, I can just like talk randomly. Like, this is how I talk. I go on different. I get it from my mom. Hey mom, if you're watching, right? Like, so when I started, I got hired in. I didn't take the time to do it. I was in for about 1.5 years. It was just a paycheck I was collecting, right? Then the company that I was working for, the paycheck started bouncing. I needed the money. I had a baby, had another one on the way. And I was like, dude, so they were like, well, we're going to lay you off. So I could collect unemployment. Then I went so I'm just going to give you my background of my journey into where I'm at now.
Sure.
Then I ended up getting a couple part-time jobs, man, struggling to pay like $500 rent, man. It was difficult. I got my car repoed and things like that multiple times. Thankfully, I had a strong backing in my family. My wife, she wasn't my wife until, matter of fact, like a year and a half. It'll be 2 years. You know what I mean? Well, we've been together for 12 years. So I dabbled in doing like CNC machining, stuff like that. I worked in the injection blow mold place, thinking that's going to be it. So it turned to 2016. So that's where I like say I was been involved in 2011, but then I had like about a 3-year gap. A guy that worked at that first company started his own company and he was paying me cash on the side. So I did that. I'm like, all right, cool. I was working with my uncle. My uncle was a tin knocker, right? We were just doing duct work, but that's what he was doing. He was like 52 and he was just doing that his whole life. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm 20, whatever that was at the time, 25. I'm like, I don't want to do this shit when I'm 50. You know what I mean? I'm like, I would hear then, hey, service is where you want to get into, right? That's what everybody says. So I'm like, I'm gonna make sure by the time I'm his age, I'm not doing. Now, don't get me wrong, he made good money and he could make good money because he's a badass metal man. And then I ended up moving on to this next company that was around for like 120 years, same family owned, operated shit. Shout out to like Chris and Eric and Sean and people out there, my buddy Jason. Then I got into installs, became like a lead installer, right? Because I was like, all right, I'm doing better for myself already. And then when I moved to Florida, I was like, I'm going to go in as a technician. Never did service work. I was like kind of just bullshitting my way through it because I knew enough. And so I had a job before we moved here. I made sure of that. But then when I moved here, I was like, dude, I can get more money because they tell you, oh, in Florida, the wages are way different than the northern scale. And that's bullshit. You can make just as much money up there. Like I'm making more money now than what I was making up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when everybody's like, oh, they're going to pay you low. And that's what my stigmatism was. I thought that's what it was like. And so I moved here. I had that job lined up. I was like, nah. I was sitting in the hotel. I was like, just going through Indeed, applied at another place, got a couple dollars more. That place turned out to be shit. Excuse me, because it was a guy who, again, he just got the license. He didn't really know much about the business and stuff like that. Then I got linked up to the company I'm at now as a service tech. And I got to be a service tech, which I didn't know shit about being a service tech. I was like, but that's what I want to do. I don't want to go anything else. And to where I'm at now. And so that accumulation of all the things I have in terms of like when you talk about my tools and my trucks, it's probably been the last 5 years or so since I'd say 2017 is when really 2018. So 4 years is when I started to invest in myself and saying that this trade is going to be what I want to do. Like I love doing HVAC. HVAC's like a badass career. Blue collar shit's badass to me. So like everybody that does it, I'm like, represent because as like the back of this shirt says, right? We built America, essentially. You know what I mean? So
sure.
So there's I could have started with that, but that's my where I'm at now.
I love hearing everyone's story, and you've definitely got a story.
Yeah.
And your story is just really starting because now you're putting it out there for everybody to see.
Exactly. And that's kind of part of it too. Cause like I want to get into like the other things, you see the other guys like, so you want to be an HVAC tech? This is what it's going to take. You know what I mean? But like,
sure. And I think you're well on your way to making something great for yourself. Not that you're making great things for you and your family. And I love hearing the story about how people get started, but now you've opened up a whole nother section of it. Now you can influence other people.
Yeah, man.
And it's a great thing. And I'm really happy to meet you. This is Jacob Krauss. His channel is Koolin with Krauss. You can find him on YouTube. You can find him on Instagram. Please head over there.
Come on over.
Hit that subscribe button. Let's get this guy going here. Let's get him up. He's got 650 subscribers. He's been doing it for, I don't know, less than a year, really. I mean, he's well on his way. Jacob, I appreciate you coming on, man. It was nice to meet you. Everybody in the chat, thank you for coming by. I'm going to have to cut this off here at some point because I've got things going on in the background you guys you don't even know about. Dude, please stay in touch. I want to hear about you in Florida and what you've got going on and any videos you've got coming out. So guys, hit that subscribe button.
Please.
Koolin with Krauss. And
Appreciate
look at the guy. He's awesome looking.
it.
He's got a full head of hair. He's got
Yeah.
the camo hat. He's wearing those pit vipers. He's got a great personality. In my opinion, the perfect combination for a successful YouTube channel. And all he needs is a little bump from you guys. So guys, please.
Yeah.
Jake, anything? Jacob? I keep calling you Jake. I'm
Call me
sorry.
Jake. No, absolutely. That's what they call me. You can call me Jake.
Any last imparting words you'd like to say to anybody before we go?
I appreciate you having me on, Ryan. It was a pleasure, man. To everybody that's in the chat, what's up? I appreciate you guys. If you haven't subscribed, or if you have, I appreciate y'all even more, obviously. Shout out to my wife and kids in the other room watching it. Yeah. And then to everybody else watching that. I did tell people like, hey, yo, check it out. I'm going to be on this because I thought it's cool, man. Yeah, so absolutely.
And you're welcome back anytime because, you know, I don't know how many more I'm going to be doing to these guys. I've kind of, the weather's getting a little nicer around here. Things are getting a little bit more busy. And to be honest with you, these live streams are cutting out on my casino time. Normally I'm at the casino on Saturdays. I've had to take a long time off from the casino, but don't worry. I've got a whole another group of guests lined up. And who knows, we might do an all-star panel. I might get everybody I've had on for one show. I don't know. I've got some things in the work, but
at the bottom.
Anyway, no, Jacob, don't sell yourself short.
Appreciate it.
Your YouTube, it will grow. And obviously with the time you've put into it and where you're at now, it's just the beginning. I've been doing it for pushing 3 years now, and I'm only at 3,000 subscribers. So you've got a real bright future. Guys, go check out, HVAC Explained, Rivers Casino. Real quick before I go, I actually like Mountaineer down in West Virginia better. Rivers is building that new hotel, and we don't seem to be winning down there at Rivers anymore. I think they're trying to pay for that new expansion. But anyway, that's a whole nother live stream. So, guys, this is where I'm going to leave. Jake.
Yes, sir. Dude, call me Jake. That works. Call me Jake. I didn't go by
him Jake. I don't even care.
I didn't go by Jake until I moved to Florida because I'm like, you know what? That's going to look better on the resume when people say my name.
Yep. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. I hate that I have to cut it short, but actually we've been on for a full hour now at this point. So it actually worked out perfect. Guys, again, this is the last time I'm going to say it. Head on over to YouTube. Check out Koolin with Krauss. You won't be disappointed. And if you guys want to send him any suggestions for any tool reviews or anything like that, what's your email? How can they get a hold of you?
Oh, shit, dude. I think it's fucking, excuse my language.
That's all right.
It's on my page. I think it's like HVAC with Krauss or Kraut. Damn it,
it is.
Dude.
It is. Yeah. It's HVAC with Krauss or something like that. Or just send him a message in the comments on any one of his videos. I'm sure he'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Because maybe you can be like, do a tool review on this obscure tool, and it'll probably light a little light bulb go off over his head, and then he'll have to be explaining to his wife why he had to go buy this new tool.
Absolutely, babe. You hear that? Dude, real quick, that's what happened when my first video that took off was the flip socket, right, by Klein.
Yeah.
It's got 6 nut drivers on it. And I bought it at City Electric, and I'm like, dude, nobody has this shit. It's not even on YouTube. It's not even on Amazon. It's not online. And I posted it, and that now that's the one that kind of boosted me up, I guess, probably where I'm at. But yeah, send me whatever y'all think y'all want to see me do. Anything cool in Florida, I'll do it. I mean,
awesome.
Make it happen.
Well, dude, I want to say one last time, I appreciate you and I like you.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Koolin with Krauss, Jacob Krauss. Head on over there and check him out. All right, guys, I'm signing off. I've got things to attend to here. It's madhouse. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Everybody, have a good night.